What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel. And folks, we have more breaking news, something you're going to see very often here on the channel throughout the offseason regarding a former Met and his potential reunion in Queens. But before we get into it all I ask is that if you're new to the channel, don't hesitate from smashing that like and subscribe button. Help me to get a 20k subs for your next short-term goal. Thank you guys all so much in advance as always. And I have to let you guys know that today's show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is your #1 source for all your sports betting needs. So make sure you head over to betonline.ag using promo code Bleav at BLEAV. That way you get a 50% off welcome bonus. Bet online, it's where the games begin. And folks, let's let the show begin, because this bomb of a report came out late last night, that being Wednesday night, here from Will Salmon of The Athletic. Comes out with this piece saying that yes, Michael Conforto is under consideration among many other outfield options for the Metropolitans should they not bring back Brandon Nimmo. So my raw reaction to that is, look, I'm not gonna lie, if you guys have been following the channel, then you know that I'm a Michael Conforto lover. He was my favorite player during his time in Queens for many reasons, regardless of his 2021 rather abysmal performance, injury riddled and all. And he's someone that did not play all the 2022 campaign because he dealt with a shoulder injury in the offseason, so he did not sign with a club, and that's why he missed the entire season. So he's a huge wild card, and there's rightful criticisms to be against the potential pursuit of Michael Conforto, and I 100% agree with you folks. So make sure you let me know your raw reaction in the comments below as you're watching this video. But let's emphasize the fact that this would only happen in the scenario where Brandon Nimmo does not return to Queens. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Mets are going to go down at minimum, at least with a fighting chance to bring back Brandon Nimmo. I think that there's a very strong likelihood of him returning among all the Mets key free agents currently out there in the market. But again, if Nimmo does not return for whatever reason, because he's going to command potentially upwards of a $115 million deal, according to Will's article that you guys can check out in the description down below as always, folks. And Nimmo, he's looking for a big payday, rightfully so. So if you have to spend over $100 million on him, and say the Mets lose out on him because they want to allocate money elsewhere, they have to deal about the rotation, the bullpen, and still bring bats to this lineup, then you can argue, okay, maybe you understand a little bit more. But at the same time, this outfield market, specifically the center field position, has nothing available for you in free agency. Via trade, that's a different discussion, but are the Mets willing to shell out big prospects? I doubt it, unless they're going for a true big name star that we'll probably discuss further on in the offseason through rumors and such. But the point here is that Michael Conforto, should he return to Queens, one, I don't see a chance where it's not more than, say, a 1 or a tops 2-year deal, maybe an option after that first year. It has to be a proven deal because he's such an uncertainty. You literally have no clue what you're getting with a guy that missed an entire year due to injury. You put him in right field, and the article would suggest that you would then shift Marte to center field, and I have a big gripe with that personally. Starling Marte is a guy that didn't play one single game in center all 2022. Now it's going to be okay to put him in center, put Michael in right. I think that is a recipe for disaster. Marte's only going to get more injury prone as he gets older. He's already in his mid-30s. The guy dealt with ailments as is. He's only going to continue to slow down, as amazing of a player as he is. And Conforto, there's no guarantee on the type of glove you're going to get in right, let alone the bat. And as you see from his stat line here in 2021, yes, it was abysmal, but I would like to emphasize also that everyone and their mother that was in this Mets line, for the most part, outside Francisco Lindor down the stretch in 2021, was abysmal with their hitting. They had a completely flawed hitting approach that was universal with this team when they did their early season hitting approach change from Chili Davis to Quattlebaum, whoever it was, right? And he's no longer in the organization. Funny that I say that. But again, you look at the Mets here, 2021, I think that's a wash for Conforto. That went in hand with his hamstring injury that labored him for a bit. Same thing with Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil bounced back tremendously after his worst season in 2021. I expect Conforto to do the same, but to what degree? This is a big question mark that the Mets will be signing. And Conforto here, especially with that outfield alignment, are you going to trade Mark Canha, maybe get more defensive versatility or stability by doing so, by acquiring someone via trade for the corner or potentially center? Who knows here? But again, Michael Conforto is only one of a plethora of outfield options in the corner that the Mets are currently considering in this scenario, again, where they don't bring back Brandon Nimmo. And I do think that there's a very strong likelihood that they bring him back and that this is going to be quickly put to rest. But in the time being, Conforto is someone where you had this big question mark, right? But if there is one positive out of this, in this scenario where you do not bring back Brandon Nimmo, and let's say hypothetically you put Conforto and right, yeah, Martin center potentially, or however your outfield alignment's going to be. Yes, you might have a more lackluster outfield with your potential defensively in center and in the corners because you don't know what you're getting with these guys right now. And the offense has yet to be seen. You do know that by not signing Nimmo to $100+ million, that will give you plenty more money to allocate that elsewhere to a Jacob deGrom, Chris Bassett, the bullpen, and maybe, just maybe, going all in on the pursuit of a guy they absolutely want in a Trey Turner, or maybe to a lesser degree, to a slight extent, and a Carlos Correa if you want to try to get him at third base. If he's willing to do it, we know he's stubborn, so who knows. Point again is that the Mets want to get creative here and allocate their money on a big-time free agent that is a bat to help this lineup, then I think that there is a better argument for sacrificing potentially might not having the best outfield alignment when it comes to consistency on the defensive and offensive side of the ball if you bring in a big-name player through the offseason via free agency that will kind of even things out. With losing Brandon Nimmo, bringing back Conforto, put him on a prove-it deal. I would love Conforto back, but not in the scenario like this. I want them to make sure that they prioritize and have Conforto be their number one guy, their number one option. Pardon me, not Conforto, that being a Brandon Nimmo. I don't want to see this guy leave Queens, that being a Nimmo. And as a Conforto lover, again, I completely understand why this could potentially be a bad idea for the Mets. This would be a Wilpons-esque Mets move, if you will, if they go out, get Conforto, don't bring Brandon Nimmo back, and they don't do truly anything else offensively. I think there's some other options out there that'll make sense, but again, the outfield market is really depleted, so I understand the interest here. I'm in favor of Conforto coming back to an extent, depending on the situation, more so in a DH type platoon role, because let's not forget, Michael Conforto is someone that when he is on, he is a very solid hitter, and he does check the boxes for a Billy Epler, Steve Cohen type Mets mindset offensively, where you have the home run power. When he's on, he gives you 25 bombs a year, north of 80 RBIs. He can hit for average between 250 to 270 plus. He gets on base at a strong clip, career average 350 plus. So there are upsides for Michael Conforto, a guy that can hit for opposite field, will benefit from the shift being gone in 2023 and beyond. So there are upsides. There's a lot of potential here with Michael Conforto, but one thing is certain, you do not get yourself to this position unless you truly know what's coming. Do not let Brandon Nimmo walk unless you are going to go all out and land a bigger fish via free agency offensively and not just bank on a Conforto and some lesser types. And Vogelback again, I think there's a lot of risk with that. I know you need to address all areas, but that is definitely something to keep in consideration for the Mets, and that's why Conforto is only one of a plethora of names that they're showing interest in that we will be discussing all offseason long. So that being said, Mets fans, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Michael Conforto potentially returning to Queens? A reunion, if you will. Should Brandon Nimmo leave and go elsewhere, say the Rockies, wherever it may be, on a big contract, maybe an overpay, likely in free agency? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down below. And again, folks, if you found yourself enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, covering the nit and gritty, everything that you need to know about this club all off season long, this is Place B by smashing that like and subscribe button, sharing this video with your friends, on the notification bell, all those great things. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Love you all to death. I'm out of here. Let's go Mets, baby. Peace out.